Good day lovelies, welcome back at Band TV. My people, something just happened. The luxury of disappearing from the digital world while being deeply in love has become a strange kind of power for Clinton Joshua and Maurice Sam. Two men whose faces are plastered across billboards and TikTok test edits have somehow managed to build a whole universe without leaving a single trace online, almost like they are ghosts gliding through everyone else's noise. No joint selfies, no suspicious coincidence for appearances, no cryptic captions. Just silence. Their connection is a private rebellion, a secret agreement that shippers, bloggers, and even their own managers don't get to witness. But the moment you become invisible together, the world misunderstands you twice as hard. Fans assume both hearts are free because no photo claims them. DMs flood in, bold and shameless, because their silence looks like an open door. Every red carpet, every movie premiere feels like a stage where people, colleagues, admirers, even makeup artists, think they can try their luck. The love stays beautiful, but the temptation outside becomes louder. Trust becomes the only map they rely on, because there is nothing else, no tagged location, no loved-up retweet, to hold on to. This kind of love feels pure, but it also feels like walking on a tightrope with no safety net, and maybe that's why it feels so intoxicating. In an Hollywood obsessed with showing everything, hiding something sacred becomes the most intimate thing two people can do. Invisible love has changed how they even store memories. Everyone else screenshots good morning voice notes and fight text like evidence for future court cases, but Clinton and Maurice, they delete on sight. No camera roll archives, no on this day reminders waiting to stab them later. What used to be love letters are now glances across a film set that no one else catches, whispers in a car with tinted windows. A hand brushing a waist for half a second when the director yells, "Cut." They keep nothing that can be used against them, because they know the internet turns tenderness into ammunition the moment it leaks. Their love has no receipts, no timestamps, no proof. And somehow that makes it feel more real than all the public relationships that live inside iCloud backups. There was almost a silent stage, though, one premiere night when the space between them went cold. They still stood side by side for photos, still laughed at the same jokes during interviews, still shared the same hotel floor. But something inside had dimmed without anyone flipping a switch. Both felt it at the exact same moment. The light was fading. Good morning texts kept coming out of habit, hugs for the blogs felt familiar but not alive. They continued the routine, hoping the spark would return on its own. Neither wanted to be the one to say it first, because admitting it might mean becoming the villain in each other's story, and in the eyes of a fandom that had already written 1,000 fanfics about their chemistry. That quiet suffering could have become another archived almost love story, two beautiful men holding onto a memory instead of each other. But they chose differently. When the tightness in their chest became unbearable, they didn't drag it out for closure or content. They disappeared together, really disappeared. Phones off, locations hidden, drivers sworn to secrecy. Somewhere outside Lagos, far from ring lights and gossip blogs, they sat in the dark and spoke honestly for the first time in months. Pain turned into fuel. Instead of posting gym transformations or cryptic new chapter quotes aimed at each other, they rebuilt in private. Early mornings became theirs again. Suits got sharper not for the gram, but because they finally saw each other clearly. Skills got honed, scripts got studied, prayers got longer, not to prove anything to an ex, but to become men the other could keep choosing every single day. Their growth wasn't a performance, it was protection. Being hurt had made them want to become unrecognizable only to the versions of themselves that almost let this love slip away. In the loneliness that threatened them, they never turned to anonymous accounts or Reddit threads to confess. They had each other, no need for strangers who'd never have to look them in the eye. The internet stayed loud with rumors, but inside their hidden world, words were finally free. No fear of being recorded, no rehearsed emotions, no strategic silence. Just two men learning how to speak without subtitles for the first time. And when the industry finally noticed the shift, not in post, but in the way they now looked at each other during table reads, people begged for the story. Are you together? Who made the first move? Give us closure. But closure is a luxury they never owed anyone. Old photos from movie sets still circulate, old interviews get reanalyzed for signs, yet the chapter keeps rewriting itself without the public's permission, because the real story was never theirs to finish. So Clinton Joshua and Maurice Sam keep loving quietly, in places the algorithm can't reach. Secret accounts with 0 followers, voice notes that auto-delete, inside jokes hidden in plain sight during live sessions. Their affection stays invisible not because they are ashamed, but because they are protecting something sacred. The moment the outside world notices, it will try to interfere, through jealousy, assumptions, wild threads on Neuraland and Twitter. So they retreat deeper into their private world where no one can touch what they've built. They speak in whispers only the two of them understand, share drafts that never get posted, and treat their love like treasure that must be guarded. In a Nollywood that wants to watch everything, choosing to stay unseen has become Clinton and Maurice's greatest act of devotion, and maybe the most powerful love story no one will ever fully know. We continue with our gist in the next episode, lovelies. Bye, happy Sunday.